YouTube, what's up? First of all, I hope everyone's doing okay. Here's to 2021 being a better year for all of us. The last couple of months since the last time I uploaded, I think in September, I believe a couple of days before my birthday, it's been pretty hectic. I've had to deal with a lot of work from home. I have a lot of agents, and so my responsibility kind of went up the roof with having a lot of agents at home, trying to keep everyone focused, keeping their focus on work, and because they're at home, they can pretty much do whatever they want, right? We're not there to watch them and make sure they're doing the right things, taking their calls and all that. So it's been a lot of work. I also ended up moving actually recently. There's been some violence in the area, and we ended up moving. It was for the better, or for the best. As for Pocket Mortys, I've been in the game a couple of times, honestly, and I kind of started getting frustrated. A lot of the times I went in the game, there were like one or two players there, and that was pretty much it. And more, oftentimes no one's really interested in a battle. But they pretty much just want to, train their Mortys and all that. Basically, I actually ended up, when I was at level 49, I leveled up my Mortys, my team, to 93, except for Dragon Morty. And it turned out that the level cap was even more drastic. It basically gets more drastic the higher you level up, and so it got pretty bad. So when I started the game, I thought it was basically your Morty had a cap at twice the level of your Rick, plus 2. Then, because that's what Pocket Mortys on net says, and a lot that I know I pretty much learned from that website, as well as trial and error, right? And some of the comments on YouTube as well. And so when I started, that's what I thought, until it turned out it was pretty much twice the level of your Rick, and that's it. Then it became twice the level of your Rick, minus maybe 1 or so. And each time it happened to me, because I try to keep my Mortys as close to the cap as possible, that way, I have optimal levels, and so it's easier for me to win battles, especially going up against persons who are higher level than I am. And so it kept surprising me. And then, of course, it would put me at a deficit each time. I'd basically be short one of my Mortys, 1 or 2 of my Mortys on my team, and I'd have to use the others, win a couple of games, and level up the Rick. Now, the last time it happened, unfortunately, it got pretty terrible, and I'm so upset. I was so frustrated, dude. I was at level 49, and I leveled up all of them, because I was pretty confident it was going to be fine, right? I was at level 49, and I leveled up pretty much all my Mortys except for Dragon Morty to level 93, and immediately they all started to disobey me, and I'm like, well, this is my whole team. Unless Dragon Morty can just win games on its own, I'm pretty screwed, because I haven't even traded a lot of the other Mortys, and so I'd be at quite a disadvantage. By the time you're level 40 plus with your Rick, it's pretty likely that most of your competition, the other players are there, they're already done some special training and that kind of thing, so they'll have their EVs really high up, and so you can't just typically take just any Morty at that level and expect to perform well, right? And so that's pretty much where it left me. I mean, I'd hop into the game after work. I work till like 10 p.m. in the night. I'd hop into the game after work, and I'd see like nobody for like 20 minutes, log off, log on, nobody. And that was frustrating, because I needed to play or fight against other players to level up the Rick, to be able to use my Mortys, and not being able to do that was pretty daunting. Eventually I started to lose interest, because again, there were just not many persons, and when an event came up, there'd be a spike in the amount of players concurrently in the game, and I try to use that as an opportunity, but most of the games I'd end up just losing them, because I have like pretty much just a makeshift team, and the only real good Morty on that team would be Dragon Morty, since it was still at level 92, because everyone else went to 93. And so because of that, it just made things a lot more frustrating for me. eventually after an event had passed, I would stop seeing players again, and it just, even after winning a couple of games, like really, really hard, really tough, I'm not really the type of person who uses items a lot, and I ended up having to depend on a lot of items because it was pretty much just Dragon Morty carrying the team on its back. And over time, as I said, it just got a little bit more frustrating, and I pretty much said to myself, you know what, that's it. There's not much else I can do. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pass this wall, basically. And then Christmas came along, and I saw they had the event where you could get the 3 Christmas Mortys, a special, and I was like, well, you know what, I've been playing the game for a while, maybe I'll just pick up the pack and get all 3 and maybe start training them and see what I can do. I mean, it's still gonna take a long time for me to get them up to level 90 plus to make them really competitive, but I was like, let's see what I can do. So I did that, started training them, and then I was like, getting them all the way up to level 90 plus is gonna be a lot of work, especially with all that I have doing, with working during the days and the moving process that I went through the other day and all that. It was pretty tough, and so I pretty much did it on and off. And then the most recent event came up, and that was basically what allowed me to start using my team again, right? There was this one guy in the game, right? It was the event the other day with, I believe, Birdman Morty, and I think it was like a week, maybe a week and a half ago. And there was this one guy in the game, one player in the game, right? And he saw me. I don't know if he's a subscriber or maybe he's come across the channel, but it was very apparent to me that he knew the name because he was, showing me the thumbs up and the deuces and all that for quite some time. Then he offered to battle me. Now, he was level 46, and I was like, I mean, sure, I'm not gonna gain much XP, but hey, you know what? I need it, and at least this guy's not gonna be super powerful because he's lower level than I am, since I was level 49. And so I pretty much played him, and I won. Then I played him again, and then I won. And then I played him again, and then I won. And he just kept issuing me more challenges, like challenge after challenge. His name is Vertolet91, and he just kept issuing me challenge after challenge, right? I don't know if he wanted to eventually win, maybe because he saw that I wasn't going to the center to heal up. I was just relying on items because at that point, I pretty much wanted to get the streak to where, the multiplier is as high as it can be. So I'm pretty much relying on my items. Each time I finish a battle, I just try to heal up with the items. And because of this one guy, and dude, whoever you are, I absolutely appreciate you. You made it possible for me to continue playing Pocket Mortys, and dude, I honestly appreciate you. But nonetheless, this dude kept issuing me rematches and rematches, and so we kept battling. And before I knew it, I was right on the cusp of leveling up to level 50. And as I said, I don't know if he wanted to just eventually try to beat me, or if he just wanted to just play against me just for fun. Again, maybe because he knows the channel or something like that. And yeah, I was pretty much almost at level 50. And then the last game, I think he DC'd. Maybe he just got tired of losing, which, hey man, no offense, I really appreciate the battles, dude. It super helped. But yeah, I think the last game he DC'd, and so from there I pretty much hunted down like another 1 or 2 players, battled a couple more times, and boom, level 50. I could use my entire team again, and that was like such a relief, dude. It was like, yes, I can use my Mortys, I can actually play the event, and try to get some tickets, because it's been a while. I'm sure I'm way behind, I've missed a lot, and I'm like, finally, let's go. So I ended up doing the event, and I placed 5th. really think I could have played better if I had my Mortys from earlier. I would have been able to play more games and be more consistent against the boss monster, even though Dragon Morty pretty much got the job done more or less. But yeah, because of that, I was able to attain level 50 and be able to use all my Mortys again. I still kind of wanted to talk about the state of Pocket Mortys. When you're in the game, you're level 20, level 30, you tend to see a lot more players, right? But it's like at level 50, there's a plateau, and I honestly expected to see a lot of players once I hit level 50. It's level 50, there's no higher level, so there must be a large player base that's at level 50, maybe, trading and making friends and battling and all that good stuff is what I expected. And honestly, aside from when the events come around, they come around, the player base increases for maybe a couple of days during the event, after the event, and then it pretty much just dies down. I don't know if it's maybe my time zone, maybe the time I'm hopping on the game, but I'm not seeing many players, and it's pretty disappointing. It's a nice game, even though it's a really grind-filled game where you have to pretty much grind your life away, spend hours and hours and hours on end just to have a good Morty and train it up and all that. Never mind even special training it for EVs and all that, right? Yeah, but I just expected more players, more battles once I was at level 50. And especially since it took me so long, considering I pretty much lost my entire team, so to speak, having access to pretty much only Dragon Morty as a viable Morty. Nonetheless, here I am. I really do apologize I've been out for so long. I really don't know what to do now in the game. I was thinking of getting the team to level 100, but there's just so much work, there's just so much grinding to do, and I could do some of it throughout the day when I'm not so busy at work, but I just have so much on my plate, and the grinding is just so much, dude. Like, I find myself playing a lot of other games, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, battles on Pokemon Showdown, Warzone on the PC, that kind of thing, Rainbow Six, Rocket League, just games that I can pretty much jump in. Even Fall Guys, just games that I can just jump into. I don't have to worry about grinding, leveling up, and I can just enjoy myself, right? With Pocket Mortys, I have one set team, and even though I got the Christmas Mortys, which I'd probably only use maybe the paper and maybe the scissor, I don't even know, but it's still gonna take a lot of time to grind and get them up to, I don't even have a Morty at level 100, so even at level 50 right now, I could easily be at a disadvantage if I go up against someone, because chances are they've maybe been at level 50 for a while now, and they're gonna have Mortys that are at level 100. But it is what it is. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about what to do next. I'm thinking about how I can allocate time to the game and grind up and try to get some more Mortys, level them up, EV train them and all that. But with all that's on my plate right now, it's pretty tough. And as I said, after work, I pretty much just want to chill, jump into a game of Rocket League or something, and just relax or have a couple of duels and duel links, that kind of thing, But yeah, I'll try to keep the content coming. Thanks for those who are still subscribed. I do appreciate it. I've seen the comments just the same. As I said, I hop in, I hop out, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for today. I will see what I can do from here, try to budget my time, and thanks for staying with me, and as always, do take care.